Okay, this is what you've recently signed into law, the Reproductive Health Equity Act. It states simply, a pregnant individual has a fundamental right to continue the pregnancy and give birth or to have an abortion. I don't see any structures related to weeks or trimesters. Does that mean in Colorado now there is a right to abortion up to birth?
What we did here is we preserved essentially the Roe versus Wade protection in Colorado, because fundamentally, Shannon, what we believe is this is not about the government making that decision. It's about women making that decision. And to sort of win this battle, it's about the hearts and minds of women, not the laws of man.
Is there a limit on abortion up through 9 months in Colorado?
It's the same as it has been the last several decades. People face gut-wrenching decisions every day, whether it's rape or incest, often having to choose between the life of the mother or child. For the government to insert itself in that conversation between a doctor and a woman, a faith leader and a woman, is simply wrong. I think we need to approach this a different way. I think there's a lot of common ground around reducing unwanted pregnancies, empowering women and men with birth control, and really generating a culture of responsibility about what it means to be a parent.
Okay, and I will take that as a yes, that there is an option for abortion up to birth. Let's talk about that, because when AP polled specifically by trimester frameworks and they asked people, should it be legal or illegal, at 80%, when we get into the third trimester, people say it should be usually illegal. Even the New York Times noted in an article updated this May, the United States is one of just over a dozen countries that allow abortions for any reason beyond 15 weeks of pregnancy. The Times goes on to note that includes North Korea and China. Is that the company that Coloradans want to be in?
So this was on the ballot in Colorado just a year and a half ago, overwhelmingly rejected, banning third trimester abortions. And that's because, you know, people know how painstaking and difficult that is. When you know that, you know, you might be near birth and you find out your baby doesn't have lungs and won't live for more than a few minutes outside of the womb. I mean, this is a really difficult thing that women face. And the right answer is, of course, to make sure that we trust people to make that decision, and people have the freedom to do that. We don't say big government's going to insert itself and tell them how to handle something that sadly really doesn't have a right answer.